Absolute values in equations and inequalities are something that always challenge students in algebra classes because there's exactly one way you can handle it, and that is you have to use these rules. These rules make sense and they're logical, but you must follow these rules to the letter. So first, let's restate the rules, and then we'll run through several examples of each rule. How do you remove an absolute value sign in an equation or an inequality? If the absolute value of something is equal to a number, what that means is the thing inside the absolute value, the u, is either that number already or it's the opposite of that number. So the absolute value of u equals n means that u is minus n or u is n. Visually, that means there are two numbers that could satisfy this equation. If u is just an ordinary linear expression, generally there are two numbers that could satisfy this equation. It's kind of like a border. Absolute value of u is less than n. Well, that literally means that u is trapped between minus n and n. The absolute value of u is less than 1. Then the only numbers that could make that sentence true are the numbers that are less than 1 and greater than minus 1, just that small window of numbers. Absolute value of u less than n means that your answers are going to be between two numbers on a border. Absolute value of u is greater than n. I got to go back 2 pieces. U is less than minus n or u is greater than n. Either u is greater than n already or quite the opposite, u is less than minus n. Those are two separate groups of answers, kind of outside our border. Now notice if you have less than or equal to or greater than equal to, you still follow the rules above, rule number 2 for between or rule number 3 for outside. But in this time you'd include the border in your answer. So think border, between, and outside. But you have to identify the correct rule for the case that you're dealing with. And you have to quote this rule exactly. Either the answer is in 2 pieces, as in the first and third rule, or the answer is in between a whole interval of numbers in between the second rule.